Go.
Hello again, this is Mr. Drake, and I'm here with Mr. Lemansky, and we are continuing our discussion on proper warm-up. Now, we said the first part of the warm-up was to do an activity to actually get the body warm. We'd use the dot drill for that example. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to teach you how to stretch. Now, it is important for injury prevention that we must do some type of stretching activity before we compete. We want to have the muscles warm, loose, ready to go so that we don't have injuries. Speaking as a coach, one of my biggest frustrations is injuries. If somebody gets hurt, they can't perform, and that's going to hurt the team. So we want to try to keep you healthy by making sure that we stay loose, the muscles stay loose. So there are different ways to stretch, or actually let me back up a second. There are three things that I want to make sure you understand that are important with stretching. First, most obvious is stretching will help reduce injury. Second, stretching will help increase muscle flexibility. Okay, and the third thing is it can help with speed. Now that's kind of a small thing. For example, if you are somebody who is extremely tight, okay, you are going to have a shorter stride and you're going to be slower. If we can get your flexibility to a normal level, it'll actually help increase your stride, increase your speed. Okay, so it can help speed. That's not a major point, but it is possible. The main thing that I'm concerned about is number one, I want to reduce your injury, and I want to help increase your flexibility so that you can stay loose in the future and hopefully not have injuries. Next, we talk about flexibility. There are ways to do this. We're going to talk about two main ways to do that. And the first one is what we call static stretching. Static, the term means to hold. So static stretching is where I reach and hold the stretch in a tight position to try to loosen the muscle up. The second type of stretching that we will do in class is what we call dynamic stretching, and it's dynamic movement. So to stretch, you are going to be doing a movement-based activity. Those are great before you do hard workouts like speed workouts, and we will do those before our speed workouts. But normally we will do static stretching on our weightlifting days because we really want to improve flexibility, and that's what static stretching will do. So as we go through our stretching routine, I would like to express that there are different ways to do this. This is the stretching routine that we like to do. It gets a good whole body workout or whole body stretch for the kids so that we're ready to participate. So we are going to start off with, before I get into that, I should mention this, time frame. How long do we hold a stretch? Well, a stretch, if you hold it for 20 seconds, that's a good stretch. You hold it for 30 seconds, that is going to help improve your flexibility. Okay? If I hold for 10 seconds, yeah, I'm going to get a little stretch out of that and it'll help me warm up for activity, but it's not necessarily going to improve my flexibility. So when we talk about a situation where we have people who are inflexible and you want to improve your flexibility, you really need to hold it for 30 seconds to really get a good stretch to do that. In PE class, we don't want to take that much time, so we opt for the 20-second stretch, which is, again, a good way to get a good stretch, get us ready for activity without injury prevention. And also, too, the other thing I really want to impress how important flexibility is for lifting. A lot of times what kids will do is they'll get in the weight room, they'll start cranking weights over a period of time, they don't stretch, and what happens is the muscles start to shorten and tighten up, and that's when injuries occur. So it's very important if you're going to be lifting a lot or lifting heavy that you stretch on a regular basis to maintain your flexibility to prevent those injuries from happening. So here we go. Mr. Lemansky is going to demonstrate as I talk you through. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our hamstring stretch. With our hamstring stretch, we're going to start with our left leg out, right leg's going to tuck in, and what we want to try to do is make sure we keep our toe pointing straight up. We want to reach with both hands and try to reach as close to the toe as we can. Okay, now again, we talk about presence fitness. If you want to have a good stretch, you're going to need to be able to touch your toes. If you can't touch your toes or go past your toes, then that's an issue for you need to work on. So we will hold this for 20 seconds and then we will switch to the other leg and we'll do the same thing. Reach with both hands. And one of the things we always kind of talk about is try to keep your back straight, push your belly button towards the floor to use good posture. Okay, as an athlete, we want to have good posture. That'll help us reduce injuries and other issues. So again, work on good posture, keeping the back straight, reaching with both hands. Next, we're going to move to what we call the adductor stretch. Adductor, we take the legs and spread them out. And what we're going to do is we're going to reach forward. Again, trying to keep the back straight, push the belly button towards the floor, and reach with both hands. You're going to do this for 20 seconds again. Okay? Then we're going to switch to the butterfly stretch. Butterfly, you grab your ankles, you pull them in as far as you can, and then you push your elbows on your thighs and try to push your knees down and stretch out those groin muscles as best you can. Okay? After we finish this, we're going to move on to what we call the glute stretch, gluteus maximus. So what he's going to do now is he's going to put his left leg out. He's going to put his right leg over top. And he's going to grab his knee and he's going to hug it. Okay? Now as he hugs, if he's not feeling the groin stretch or glute stretch down here, then he's going to pull his knee across his body a little bit more and kind of hug it a little tighter. So the whole idea is trying to pull that leg and feel that glute stretch. Then he will switch to the other leg and he'll do the same thing again. Now once we get to this point, depending on what class you're in, depends on what we do next. If you're freshman PE or advanced PE, we're going to go to sit-ups and push-ups next. So I want to go through that real quick just so you understand how to do them. A proper sit-up, you're going to lay back, you're going to put your hands across your chest, and you're going to touch your elbows to just below your kneecaps. Okay? So he's going to just do sit-ups there, and usually we do 15 in class. And again, abs are very important to the flow of sports. We talk about this in advanced fitness, that the abs connect your upper and lower body, and without good abs, it's really difficult for you to move around. Okay? After we do sit-ups, we will go to push-ups. Now push-ups are simple. Hands should be under the shoulders, back should be nice and straight, and we should go down to a 90-degree angle with the elbows and back up. And that is a push-up. And again, we would do 10 of those. Everybody should be able to do 10. Some people may struggle with that a little bit, but we should be able to, hopefully over time, get to doing 10 push-ups. Next, we move on to finish our stretching. We're going to stay on the ground, and we're going to do our quads. So he's going to grab his left quad, and what he wants to try to do is keep his toe pointed down as far as he can. Okay? Grab his ankle and take his ankle towards his butt. Now, if he's not feeling a stretch, he can lift his knee off the ground, and that will make it pull a little harder on the quad. Okay? So you want to make sure you feel the quad stretch by doing it this way. Then he's going to switch, do the other leg. Again, 20 seconds on. When he's finished, we're going to move on to the next stretch, which is our calf stretch. So the calf stretch is going to get in push-up position. Put one leg over the top, and butt can come up in the air now. And what he's trying to do is get this foot to be flat on the ground so you feel the stretch through the calf muscle. Okay? So this is the calf stretch. You'll hold it for 20. You'll switch legs, do the other leg, hold it for 20 again. When he finishes this, we're going to go to a lower back stretch. We call this the cobra. He's going to lay on the ground. And he's simply going to push his arms up and try to stretch the lower back, get his hips down to the ground, and feel the lower back stretch out. Again, hold that for 20 seconds. After that, he's going to stand up, and we're going to finish with the shoulders. Now again, I want to emphasize, especially for weightlifters, you're doing a lot of benching, a lot of shoulder activities. If we do not keep the flexibility in the shoulders, you're going to be a high risk for injury. And it seems like we've seen a lot of those shoulder injuries in football, so this might be something we might want to concentrate on. So we're going to hold these for 20 seconds. The first one, we're going to start with the tricep stretch, and all he's going to do is grab his elbow and just pull it behind his ear as far as he can and feel that stretch. And again, he'll hold that for 20 seconds. Then he'll switch, do the other arm again for 20 seconds. Then we're going to do shoulders across the front. So he's going to grab the arm and elbow and pull it across the front. So now we're kind of stretching the back of the shoulder. Okay, so we're going to do that for 20. And we're going to switch, do the other arm for 20. And then the last one is a partner stretch, or you can do it by yourself if you can find something to hold on to. And what you're going to do is thumbs up, okay, and you're going to pull the arms back towards you. Now, if you can touch your hands together, you are very flexible and you don't need to do this that much. But if you cannot, then that is an issue for you. You need to work on stretching this out. Now, what you can do if you don't have a partner is find a wall or something that you can hold on to with your hand at shoulder height and just turn the body and stretch it as far as you can. And again, hold it for 20, working on trying to get the shoulder stretched out. This is a very thorough stretch. And again, I do it in advanced fitness mainly because I want to make sure that we're keeping the body stretched and loose so that we do not have injuries, especially especially for our athletes. Because again, as a coach, I want my kids to be able to participate, so I want you healthy. So that's why we do this extensive stretching. Thank you for your time.